Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
It's Thursday morning at Hy-Vee Today, or Thursday evening, depending on whatever time you're seeing this. My name is Tony Tone. Thanks for tuning in. If you're live with us on social media, the show, by the way, is on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Roku, Apple TVs, and cable, weeknights, 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. Muscatine Power and Water, Channel 5. You can tune in. You can see all the open houses and homes for sale throughout Muscatine because it's the Remax channel, and then Hy-Vee Today airs on Channel 5. So we're glad that you're with us, however you're finding it. You got to hang on to your hat today. It is a little windy outside, especially this morning. A little bit of rain falling. We do have chance for some severe weather that should hopefully be done by 6 p.m. this evening. That's what I was just looking at on my weather app. I'm not a meteorologist, so please keep that in mind, but I do play one on the television. So with that being said, we'll see what happens, right? We'll be, as they like to say, we'll be weather aware or weather alert on a day like this. Something pretty cool that I saw yesterday that was kind of making the rounds on the internet was the first ever picture of a black hole. That look at that black hole, and I kind of got a little nerdy on this. I believe it's 25 billion miles or meters wide, and they used a whole bunch of high-powered telescopes or satellites or stuff that they use, that astronomers use. And they were able to coordinate these together and pull it off. And the first ever recorded picture of a black hole. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? That is pretty cool. So, yeah, you never thought you'd see anything like that. We've got a picture to prove it. It's real. There is life out there. Stay tuned, friends. Something else that I want to mention, this Saturday, of course, our Breakfast with Gary Dolphin, voice of the Iowa Hawkeyes, will be in the store, 8 to 10 a.m., hanging out. You can meet and greet with Gary Dolphin, say hi. Hawkeye football coming up very soon, as well as Gary returning for Hawkeye basketball. So you can RSVP by calling the store. There's Gary right there. Dolph sent out a nice tweet yesterday about the event. We exchanged a couple emails. I thank our friends at the Merrill Hotel for putting Dolph up for the evening, and we look forward to this event on Saturday. Shout out to Jason Fechner watching on Facebook. The great Jason Fechner, formerly of WQAD television, now I think he's on the Talking Picture box in the Milwaukee area. So that's great. I'm going to get to Steve Graham for a second. Steve's doing us a favor, but then we've got the great Jimmy Greenhaw in the wing. Steve, I just wanted to touch on this Gary Dolphin breakfast. It's a big deal. There's a lot of Hawkeye fans in the area. I expect a full house. When I tell people to RSVP, sometimes I don't think they take me seriously. And then we just had bingo on Monday, and there were 80 people. Yeah. And there were folks showing up. I felt a little bad. There were people coming in to play bingo, and I asked them, do you have a reservation? And they said, well, no, do I need one? And I said, it's kind of getting to the point where with this stuff you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could sit on the salad bar and try and listen to you yell numbers and letters.
You could. Yeah.
Reservations, they just help. They guarantee your spot.
Absolutely.
I don't want you to be the guy like me sitting out by the salad bar.
Yeah, save your seat for sure. Breakfast with Dolph coming up this Saturday, 8 till 10. I'm going to mention one more thing, and then we're going to bring Jimmy in. Steve was coming in a pinch, and you can come back later if you want.
I know, I didn't even get makeup today.
It's okay. You look good. Okay. I don't have makeup ever. You know, I do use a little bit of a moisturizer, in case you're wondering, folks at home. You use moisturizer at all on your face? No? Okay, that's just me. Great. Tomorrow and Saturday, one of these awesome fuel saver opportunities here at Hy-Vee. Folks spend $50, they get 25 cents off. You and I both know that there will be people in the store Friday, Saturday that will pay maybe a penny or 5 cents to fill up their vehicle. It's unbelievable when this happens. Tell people at home why they need to come take advantage of that Friday, Saturday.
Well, because the great thing about basket deals, when you get a 25 cent on 50, that's just off your total.
Right.
Look around the store, Tony. There's thousands of items that also have an additional fuel saver on them. So you're just stacking points upon points upon points. Like you said, weather's not the greatest, so probably not going to be outside. Probably not going to have the top down, but go for a drive.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe drive around and check out flooding, or drive up north and it's kind of an epic flood. It's pretty
I tell you
crazy.
what, I told you.
Quad Cities, Iowa City.
Well, last night I was downtown Muscatine, and I couldn't believe how fast the river was moving. There were white caps, and then you said you saw the same thing, and it was
over the 280 bridge.
It was scary. I mean, it is what it is, right? It floods.
Great day to get the kayak out.
Right. You wouldn't have to do anything. Just kind of hang on as you're getting taken down river. But yeah, check out the Fuel Saver Friday, Saturday. I'll let you get out of here. You did me a favor. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Jimmy's here, pinch hitting.
I was prepped and everything.
I know. I'm
Don't
sorry.
Forget about donut holes. Don't forget about graduation cakes.
Well, come back at 9 then. Come back at 9.
He's kicking me out, guys.
Come back at 9.
Day. See you guys at the Muscatine Hy-Vee.
He'll come back at 9. Donut holes, we talked about them the other day. It was like an awesome thing. Betsy, let's go quickly to the aisle cam if we could, and we'll get Jimmy G situated here. We've got a great perspective, by the way, of the aisle cam this morning from our friends at CBI Bank and Trust. It's behind the set, so you're going to kind of see things as they're happening. Look at that. I like this little aisle cam, CBI Bank and Trust. You can see me adjusting my collar. You can see Jimmy Greenhaw getting ready, mic'd for sound. There's Cody, there's Betsy, there's Ryan. How many times has Ryan not worn a hat? That would be like a good trivia question. For all the episodes of Hy-Vee today, Ryan's got some cool hats. How many times has Ryan not worn a hat? Wouldn't be a lot. Jimmy Greenhaw, as I live and breathe.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming, man. So great to see you. I want to start. Well, I'm gonna go in order, but then I want to get to something that we were both at on Saturday. Toyota Muscatine, for a long time, has recognized our teachers. I just saw the post go up. I think it was towards the middle or end of last week. April 2019, Teacher of the Month with Toyota of Muscatine. It's awesome because I saw multiple times the March Teacher of the Month because I would see the vehicle because it was kind of on my way to the store here, and I would see it parked out in front of their house, and I was like, gosh, that's so cool. So another month, another teacher getting recognized. They get a vehicle for the month. Betsy's excited. She must know this teacher, John Thoma. Is that how you say it? Thoma? They say that right? Thoma. Okay, well, close enough. John Thoma, Muscatine High School. So, Jimmy, John gets vehicle for the month and then gets some cash to use towards items for the classroom. It's fantastic.
Yes, good program. Been doing it for quite a long time
Yeah.
now. And just another little way that we can give back to the community. And, of all people, our teachers,
Yeah.
very, very important. Very important to us, yes.
It's sweet that they have a ride that they don't have to worry about. I mean, it's already like a good deal because it's a Toyota, but then they just can not drive their vehicle for a month. I mean, that doesn't. I'm fortunate. Like, I don't. Unless I'm leaving Muscatine, I can get by on a full tank of gas almost 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
You ever get that feeling when you're like, I don't really go anywhere except in this little Muscatine bubble, which is fine. But for these teachers, it's such a great opportunity. This past Saturday night, MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter New Beginnings fundraiser, Toyota once again for the second year sponsored the wine pull. That was a fantastic event, and whether you know this or not, and I don't have an exact total, but Saturday's fundraiser, Jimmy Greenhaw, was the biggest they've ever had in 17 years.
Excellent.
Right?
Yeah. That was a good time. It was.
I'm telling you.
It was a good time. Yeah.
We had a good room together. The wine pull couldn't have gone better. We sold out of all of the wine. I mean, there were some bottles of wine in there that were worth a couple $100. How it worked, you can see right there in the picture. There were paper bags with a red or white string tied on it for red or white wine. You spent $25 and you grabbed a bottle of wine, and then they could tell you right on the spot what the value was. So that was super cool. And again, Toyota understanding the importance of being involved with a fundraiser like that. I mean, that one just, all the money stays in town to keep the shelter doors open. You were there, had a good time. Just a fun room and a great sign, right? And it's so true. Everybody wins during a wine pull, don't they? There's nobody that loses when you're pulling bottles of wine. Yeah, I mean, in the time that you've spent at Toyota, you've got to be a part of a lot of different, community things and functions and fundraisers. You still love getting out and going to them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, my wife was out of town.
Sure.
But I had some friends that we all went and made a night of it, and for a great cause, and we had a great time. It was a good turnout.
All right, so let's get down to business, Jimmy Greenhaw. Now, I'm obviously very content in my Toyota Sienna van. I will say that the other day, found myself on ToyotaMuscatine.com looking at these new Toyota Siennas.
Yeah.
They're just pretty. And I know if you're watching and you're laughing because I just said that a van was pretty, that's fine. I love my Sienna. It's the most comfortable seat ever.
Yeah.
It's the most comfortable seat ever. I would put it up, and I know that that's almost like ancillary, but if you're driving a vehicle, you want to be comfortable. We're sitting here on April 11th. What would be some things that are there you go. There's a new Sienna right there. Look at that thing. Sleek. Stylish. 0 to 100 in 2 seconds is what I heard, Jimmy Greenhaw. Is that true?
Well, that's downhill.
Yeah, you should see that thing get going. Why would now, Jimmy? Of course, it's a rainy day. You can't really do anything outside. Right. Seems like a perfect day to come buy a car, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Any day is a perfect day to buy a car. But no, seriously, in all seriousness, spring is
sure.
the manufacturers have some huge sales going on. We've actually seen some rebates right now and special interest rates that we usually don't see until the end of the year.
Interesting.
They're trying to just kind of light a fire and get things going here. We had kind of a rough winter, especially here in the Midwest, and the corporate's doing a really good job of putting some really good incentives out there. So it is a good time.
And when it comes to whether it's a brand new vehicle or regardless, all of the vehicles that are on your lot are in fantastic shape. They've been thoroughly inspected, and you can drive away feeling like you made a great decision. But I know that that's such an important part of it. And the fact that you guys are able to, and we've talked about this before, but the local trade game. So my Sienna was a local trade that had one owner. You knew everything about it. I mean, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
And even when you get that local trade back in, it still goes through the battery of checks, and then it gets out there. I'd be interested to know how, because I bet it doesn't last long when you get something like the van that I got or countless other vehicles that come in on a local trade. You probably, just as soon as you get them inspected, they're out the door going home with somebody else, right?
Yeah, and a lot of them we already have service histories on. So
sure.
we know when our inspection is going to be good and clean, and a lot of them get sold before they're even detailed and hit the lot.
Unbelievable.
That's what's really neat about having a really good customer retention, loyalty, people coming back and trading, and we know the cars, and we know the people, and we know how they were taken care of.
What are you seeing as far as whether it's buying patterns locally or trends in the industry with respect to 2019? The Camry got redone a couple of years ago. I see them everywhere. They're fantastic. The RAV4 looks great with some updates. What is Toyota? If it's something that's rolled out already, is it a 4Runner that's been tweaked? Is it a Highlander? Are people gravitating more towards the SUVs, or are we still in the sedan mode?
Well, SUVs actually outsold, SUVs and crossovers outsold cars last year for the first time.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and that's possibly one of the reasons that Ford and GM are gearing away from building cars.
Sure.
Toyota's doing the opposite. We're taking the Camry, we're taking the Prius, we're taking the Corolla, making them hybrids. We're doing all-wheel drives. So you have that. You have that kind of that crossover feel still, and the trend that I see, and I don't think it's just Toyota. I think it's all automakers. Is they used to redesign a car, tweak it here and there,
sure.
Change the headlights, every other year or so, and then every 5 or 6 years they'd make a drastic design change.
Yep.
Now they're doing it every couple years.
Yeah.
And with all the technology out there, they're kind of forced to, and people are seeing that our cars are a little bit more expensive, and that's everybody straight across the board. But
sure.
They're adding more to the cars. You're getting more value. The manufacturers are helping offset that with bigger rebates and discounts and special APRs and such. So I see the trend being good for the public.
If we can go back to that website link that we just had up that had all the different models of the 2019 Toyotas, I just wanted to do a little role play scenario, since we've got Jimmy sitting here and he is an expert at Toyota Muscatine. All right, perfect. So you can shop by model, toyotamuscatine.com, easy website to use. All right, I walked out with a customer the other day to help her load her groceries. Jimmy G, the Avalon. Okay, that thing, I mean, I felt like I could have dove in the trunk and lived in there.
Yeah, it's got a big one. Yeah.
Holy moly, they are just super nice. Like, I never thought that I would And again, I love my Sienna. I need it for the storage for the kids. But I'm saying, and it was kind of like that color. That Avalon. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, no matter what type of buyer walks into Toyota of Muscatine, you have something that you can say, you know what, I'm going to learn a little bit about you if it's the first time we're meeting, and I'm going to be able to put you in something that will be perfect for you. That's got to feel good, right? It's not like you're just selling, trucks. You know what I mean? You have such variety at your disposal. So if it is that Avalon shopper, that person that wants a little bit of, a nice ride, so certainly going to be reliable like all Toyotas. But isn't that nice to just be able to look at that lineup and go, okay, Ryan Broderson, you probably want maybe a little bit of pickup truck action. Tacoma, thank you. Tony needs a Sienna with more space. I don't know what Cody would want, maybe something fast. Betsy, probably a Highlander, maybe. But you probably get that a lot where people come in and you learn a little bit about them.
You listen,
and then
a good salesperson will listen to them and fill their needs. And we have a vehicle for about everybody's needs. Whether you're pulling an 11,000-pound camper or trailer to wanting to do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. We've got everything. So
I think we're looking at what Ryan Broderson has on his short list. Look at this. This is perfect. He just picked that out.
That'd be a blue Tacoma too, right?
Oh, it's got to be in blue. He likes the tan one, like the one that Chef Tess got.
Chef Tess, yes. He's got the quicksand.
So these Tacomas, right? I don't know if I'll ever be the type. I like pickup trucks. What would sell me on something like that? I mean, certainly I understand it's Toyota. They run forever. They're reliable. Bulletproof transmission, if I was towing something. But what else would I find surprising about a Tacoma? I don't even know if I've ever sat in one in all the time we spent together.
They're a lot roomier than what you would think versus full-size pickup.
Sure.
People always assume that the bigger the truck, the more the room. That's not necessarily true for the driver. But the power, they're very powerful. The technology that's in them. I mean, they're not just for your off-road enthusiasts. They're very techy, and I know reliability is always there, but the resale value on them are absolutely phenomenal. That's why we got a lot of people that trade them in every 2 or 3 years because they're, it doesn't cost much to trade, and that's a real surprise, and it's always been the case with those. Tacomas are one of our benchmark vehicles, been around for years, and you can accessorize them like this.
What is
here.
that?
Yeah, you can.
Is that
really
Batman's Tacoma? Does Batman have a Tacoma? Look at that thing, Jimmy. That is rad, right?
Yeah, we've yet to do one like that, but I like the concept.
Well, Ryan's got that blank check he'd love to bring over. So definitely, the winter was bad. We've had little tastes of how nice spring is going to be. A little bit of rain the next couple of days, dip in temps, whatever. But we are into this shift, and pretty soon it'll be hot and it'll be warm, and hopefully folks come out today to see you and the crew at Toyota. It's always a good time to buy, like you said. But yeah, I feel like it's going to be a very active spring and summer because again, there's so many people that are probably at that point where they're ready to upgrade their ride, whether they're trading something in or it's that family that's thinking about the kid that's going away to be a freshman in college, something that your family has gone through, and understanding that regardless if you're driving to Iowa City or, South Dakota or however far, you want that vehicle that they get in. I mean, I think about my own kids that'll be driving sooner than later. I want them to just be able to get into something, start it, and go, and not have to think twice about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got a child that's 5, 6, 10 hours away. And, they're going to be coming home once in a while on break and whatnot. The last thing you want to have to mess with is, having their car break down. And I'm in that situation right now. I've been in it a couple times. So yes.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that those two knuckleheads, my sons, Henry and Ted. Henry will be driving in 7 years.
Oh my goodness.
It's insane, right? So, and I absolutely want him to learn how to drive on a Toyota Sienna. I think I learned how to drive on a giant station wagon. Yeah. And I don't know if the old adage is true. If you learn how to drive on something big, you can drive anything. Yep. But that's what I learned how to drive on, and I definitely want, And the thing is, I can say confidently that if I 7 years from now have my same Sienna, it'll run just as good as it does now 7 years from now. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, right? Now that doesn't help you out much.
That doesn't help too much, but hopefully we'll update that Sienna in the next 7 years.
But it's true, Jim. Like I think when I got, and I use myself as an example if you're watching, because this is my experience and it's true. I got that Sienna. I think there was like 68,000 miles on it. And I know that I could easily put 200,000 miles on it.
That is true.
And just have to come and see you guys for the basic maintenance. And that's what's nice. I want to talk about Abra for a minute. The Abra Body Shop. There have been some folks that have been dealing with some deer. A lot of deer out and about. And I'm not talking the TJ deers of the world, the real deers. Yep. I mean, just my mom and I going to the Quad Cities the other day, you know, she's counting the deer. I'm driving 1, 2. She had like 7 counted by the time we got to 280. So certainly they're out and about. God forbid it happens. The choice is always the customer's. Don't we forget that. Sometimes the insurance company says, okay, we understand that's what happened. Here's where you have to take your vehicle for repairs. It's not true, Jimmy Greenhaw. We have the choice to decide where we go. And Abra, as it says right there on the screen, America's most recommended. The crew at Abra, they take things, Jim, you've seen them come in, they look rough, they get done with them. It's unbelievable, right? The transformation.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, the whole idea there is to have your car back to the way it was. And, you know, with Abra's system that we use, they look better than when you brought them in, and that's the whole idea. You know, we want somebody to know that their car after having an accident it's going to be the same or better than what it was before. And with Abra's standards, you know, their paint system, the things that you do, the parts, the replacement parts, things like that, are, you know, just they're light year ahead of everybody else, and they do a great job back there. They really do.
Well, and it's rare to be in the position that you're in. I mean, you've already got it made selling these Toyotas, right? I mean, as TJ has said, and you've echoed it, they can sell themselves. They're so great. But then at the same time, to have this other part of the business, whether it is just that service and the routine service, maintenance, whatever, get an oil change, tire rotation, but when something does happen, God forbid, to have Abra under the same roof, that's rare. I mean, that just... You know, you've got it all in one location, and I know that that's such a convenience to your customers, right?
It's very a good feeling knowing that, you know, if there is an accident, that the people are going to be taken care of. You know, because those are cars that we're going to get back in on trade, and we want those cars fixed properly. And you know, if they're done at an Abra Toyota store, you know, that's more confidence on our part when we go to resell it.
Yeah.
We know where the work was done. We know it was done right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's so important, right? You know that it was done right. So if you just tuned in, Jimmy Greenhaw, Toyota of Muscatine, stopping by to let us know that this is the best day ever to buy a new or certified used Toyota of your choice, of course. I want to go to the Facebook page, Ryan, if we could. Toyota of Muscatine, active on social media. It's so nice to be able to post things, to engage with potential customers, and then just to have consistent messaging on social media. I mean, did you ever think when you started that you would have the ability, you know, especially when you get some of these awesome trades in, to get these pictures and these videos up online and then have people reach out and say, hey, I saw that on Facebook? Like, it's such a nice asset, right?
Yeah, it does help. I mean, everything's going digital, I think, the social media. And I mean, you know, you go around to a restaurant or somewhere and you look and people are always on their phones. And I think that's kind of where we need to reach out and communicate. And we've got a really, really good internet department. You know, usually within about 5 or 10 minutes of reaching out to us, we're reaching out to them. And I think that's you know, that's where it's going. And that's where people want to be contacted. People, you know, like when you get a phone call, you're like, ugh, why couldn't you just texted me? Right. Especially with our younger crowd, you know, they want to be texted or emailed and
or Snapchatted.
Or snapped somehow.
Snapped.
We've yet to get on Snap, but I think I like that. I have Snapchat. I have it
because
I have kids,
right?
So I can kind of keep an eye on them. But
it's the next step, isn't it?
I think that's the next step. Maybe I'll talk to I'll talk to our internet people about getting on Snapchat.
I also like that you are stubborn in a good way. So if someone came to you and they were like, all right, Jim, I want to get, you know, the most ridiculously specific Toyota. If you don't have it in Muscatine, you will find it. And that's just it, right? So again, I just want people to understand that we will, first of all, shopping local makes sense in so many different ways. It gives a person like Jimmy a job and myself a job when you shop a place like Hy-Vee.
5 times, 7 times over. I think
But that's true, right? I mean, if somebody's looking for something that's not in Muscatine, Iowa, you have gone to great lengths to bring what people want to town so that they don't have to leave.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, we've got access to thousands, literally thousands of vehicles, and our relationships that we've built with other dealers in the area, with Des Moines and Waterloo and Iowa City, the Quad Cities, we all trade with each other.
Sure.
And, we all want to keep our own customers local.
Yep.
And, a lot of people that forget that we own 2 Toyota stores.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, with our inventory combined, we're one of the largest dealers in Iowa.
It's awesome.
With our inventory combined. So our websites are connected.
Yeah.
Toyota Muscatine and Anderson Weber, Toyota Lincoln in Dubuque, Iowa. Combined, new and used, we are one of the largest Toyota dealers in Iowa.
It's so easy too to use. I love the website right there, like Ryan, where it says I know my budget. Click on one of the red circles and just drag it over. So 222, drag that one over to like 350. So put that there and then drag the 750 over closer to the 350. So go, yep, perfect. Like, look at that. So this is how easy this technology is. It's showing you, like, you can customize it by your budget. Whether you're going to finance or lease, you know exactly what kind of payment you want. I mean, this is the future, baby. We're in the future.
That's it.
You ain't got a flying car yet, but you got a car that, I mean, you could drive forever. These hybrids are unbelievable, and the technology there. That's what impresses me is when I see somebody driving like a RAV4 and then I see the hybrid sign. And I'm like, that's a trip, because I remember the very first Prius and you felt like, yeah, that kind of looks like it's a hybrid. You see something like a RAV4 and you go, I don't even know how that makes sense that they're able to do that, but it's great. So the technology has been there every single step of the way.
Yep, been around for years.
Yeah, it's nice to know that, I just can't believe how quiet they are too. That's the other thing that's a trip for me. You get into a hybrid and it's quiet,
right? And that technology, it's only about $800 to $1,000 more now to get a hybrid versus, back in the day it was $3,000 to $5,000. Yeah.
Right. So many good-looking vehicles. Now again, I'm very happy in my Sienna. You know this, but like you said, whether I have it 7 years from now when Henry starts driving, I will be in some type of Toyota 7 years from now, and I can say that confidently. I mean, just look at that. Like, those Avalons look awesome. I want to say bad. I don't know if the kids still say it looks bad, but you mean good. But, man, they just look sleek.
Well, if you quit having kids, you could drive something like that.
All right, Jimmy Greenhawk coming in with a hot take. No more. I think I'm done, Jim. I think 3. I don't even like odd numbers, but I don't want. See, here's what had happened. I have a friend of mine, 2 of my friends. I was there when they met in college. They had 3, and they were like, "We'll have 4," and then they had twins.
Oh my!
So they have 5 kids under 9 years old.
Oh boy!
I'm not trying to do that. I'm good with 3. Ryan, I want to go back to Facebook. I want to play a little bit of that commercial. Whether we have the sound or not is one thing. You guys have a lot of fun. You had a great commercial around the basketball tournament. I got to be careful with what I say, but being able to do stuff like that, I mean, you really are humanizing everybody that works there. Your people, it's your job, but you want to be able to connect with folks. Check out this ad. Let me know if you have sound. I'll stop talking. Okay, so there's Tej. I love this spot. This is great. There's Russ. Very aggressive passing going on in the spot, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, that's absolutely awesome.
We enjoyed doing it. We've got a new commercial coming out that we just filmed here a couple days ago.
Is this the one you guys were telling me about? Is this the one you were telling me about your storyboarding the other day here? Okay, that'll be cool. I can't wait to see it.
It should be a little comical twist to it.
Good. All right. So here we go. 2019s have been here. They're out. If you need something reliable, good-looking, safe, geez Louise, the safety features, unbelievable. Just go talk to this guy. Tell him I sent you. You get that bonus crisp high five. Maybe you get to pet Dilly, the dog. Dilly, how many cars has Dilly helped you sell?
Dilly's closed. I think he's up to about 12 now. I'm trying to talk our owners into putting him on the payroll.
You should, right? Yeah, you know that today is National Pet Day. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I am aware. I'm aware of that. I am.
Shout out to Dilly Greenhaw. Yes. Closing business at Toyota Muscatine. Yes. You are more than welcome to have Archie, my puggle, should you need him to chew on anything or,
We may. Dilly actually will be making a guest appearance in our commercial.
Oh.
Coming up here. Wow. He did real well.
You know what people can't do? They can't turn down a good deal when there's a dog looking at him.
That is correct.
Right?
Yep.
I feel like TJ needs to get like a bird or something that you could just put on his shoulder, like a little parrot or something.
Yeah,
You're like, is there a
Oh,
parrot
no.
on your shoulder? I need to buy this now. I was gonna say no, but now there's a bird on your shoulder. All right, Jimmy G, I want to send you back to work because I want
Thanks
you
for
to do
having
some
me.
business today. Thanks for coming on, Jimmy Greenhaw, Toyota of Muscatine. They've got the Toyota of Muscatine cart cam now. That is not for sale, although.
We could arrange something.
If you want to buy the Toyota Muscatine car cam, we could probably make it happen.
Absolutely.
Get you some financing from CBI Bank, and maybe we make a donation to a charity of your choice. Let's go, if we could, to the Toyota Muscatine car cam. Cody, it is National Pet Day. I would love nothing more than for you to go down the pet aisle, some toys for our four-legged friends. And if you're watching us, maybe in the comments on Facebook, if you're live with us, leave a picture of your four-legged friend, whether it's a dog or cat. It's National Pet Day. Thank you, Jimmy. And we would love to see your four-legged friends. Cody taking an adventurous path to get to the dog and pet aisle, if you'll have it. It's rocking out over here, too. Are we getting photos on right now? Delmer, did you arrange this? You have nothing to do with this? Okay, so this is nice. How's it going? It's going good. Ryan, did you know this was going to happen? You did? Okay. We've got some Zumba, I believe. This is Amy, is this your doing? Yes, of course. All right. Are we getting bombed right now on the show? This is great. You might as well come over and tell me what's going on. I love this. I thought it was Delmer's phone at first. I was like, who has that kind of ring? Amy Hessel is making it. Grab a seat and yeah, please do. Right, I was going to say, Pat's getting after it. This is fantastic. Put that microphone on, please. How are you? All right, so I love being surprised, as you know. So I believe at the Y, Muscatine Community Y, this week you've got some free classes going on. Starting next week. Okay, demo week is next week. And is this a Zumba class, I'm assuming? Okay, good. And is Zumba one of the classes that folks could demo next week? Okay. Yeah. Water Zumba. Yeah.
And there's a bunch of other classes you can demo next week too.
I feel like, you know who would be great at Aqua Zumba would be our very own Delmer Coolers. Don't you agree?
He wanted to jump in, but
He did. Well, he's always got his Speedo, too. That's the best part. I got him to laugh, everybody. This is great. All right. Well, I feel like I could pull off the Zumba. I like the music. It's very upbeat. Hopefully we just don't get sued on the royalties. But other than that, it's great.
Pat on them.
Good. Yeah. How are things at the Y?
Very busy.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for demo week, so it's always busy.
Such an
and
exciting time of year.
Soccer started, so
Right.
soccer game started last week, so yeah.
And pretty soon, the return of the lip sync battle.
Yes.
Right?
Yep,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
working on that too.
Good.
So
Such a good time of year. This is a whole thing. Is this like a 30-minute routine? We can drag the show out. I feel inclined to get up and move, but I don't.
They would love it if you joined
I don't
them,
wanna,
Tony.
I don't want to show anybody up though.
You can just
know.
follow Pat. That's how we all learn. You follow Pat.
This is such a good workout.
Song, or is it too long?
No, I think you're probably good, Pat. I love being surprised. This is fantastic.
We'll do the second song.
Yeah, we can do the second song. Oh, I'm sorry. Is Ryan playing the music? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I worked this whole thing out with Chad and Ryan.
Yeah. I feel like, am I going to get a new car now, too? Is that what's happening? There's a lot of surprises going on today. This is fantastic. All right, I'm going to see if I can pull this off a little bit. All right, Pat, tell me what I need to know. What do I need to do?
Just follow me. Tap forward.
Tap forward. Okay. Delmer? Sweet. Okay. Did I do it right? You had me until the shimmy, and I got a lot
That's
to
the best
shimmy.
part.
I don't know if the folks at home can handle this much shimmy in HD. A calypso. All right, this is exciting. Muscatine Community Y successfully. This is the first time that I've truly been photobombed on the show. I'm very happy, and I couldn't be more thrilled that Amy Hessel is behind this. I told Cody, I'm like, it's National Pet Day. He's going to take the aisle cam to the pet aisle, and he just busts a right, and then all of a sudden this happens if you're just joining us. Again, demo week at the Muscatine Community Y coming up starting next Monday, which is the 15th.
Adult and youth classes. So if you want to do the Roadrunners class or the youth boot camp, toddler games, any of those things, you can also demo those youth classes next week too.
This is awesome. You know, Zumba is such a fun way to stay active and to get healthy, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
it is like workout dancing.
Yes,
but
it's
I mean,
a complete body workout.
Sure,
too.
absolutely.
Your core and I mean, especially with Pat, she's very particular about making sure you got your core in today.
I think it's fantastic.
So core work, cardio. So it's a full body workout and it's fun.
I'm just watching the Facebook stream back because it's a little bit delayed, and I saw myself dancing, which is always awkward. I love that this is happening in the bakery department, by the way.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a better location for this. And then in June, obviously, one of the things that I hinted at was the lip sync battle.
June 11th.
June 11th. That'll be here soon. Pat, oh my gosh. Pat, I want to know where the energy is and what type of vitamin you're taking, because I need to add that to my espresso. This is great. Although I will say, okay. I also don't know how often people are Zumbaing like I tried to in dress shoes and dress pants. Probably not that often, right?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, really? Okay. Thanks, Amy. Trying to give myself a break here. The lip sync battle, that's June 11th outside at the Brew. A lot of fun.
Right. And we want to put out a corporate battle this year.
Yes,
so.
corporate offices, wherever you work.
Yes.
Bring your battlers.
Yeah, so we want you to sign up, and then we want you to challenge another company to come out and join us. So it'd be awesome if all of our car dealerships challenge each other.
Yeah.
The banks challenge each other, and we just had a full house that night.
Well, I think just based on the folks that support this show, CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Team Staffing could challenge their cohorts in town that they compete with already. So you might as well make it official.
And this year we're doing each like if we got a bunch of the car businesses to do it, and we have trophies this year for winners of each of the corporate battle.
That's fantastic.
Stuff,
I was gonna say, so lip sync battle is just that. It's not karaoke. It is lip syncing along your favorite
so
song.
Everybody can do it.
Yes. Oh, there's more. Yes, a little bit more. Good. Hey, let's keep the party going as far as I'm concerned. This is fantastic. How about the crew with Pat they have not stopped dancing this whole time with the Zumba.
They got 45, 50-minute classes to do, nonstop. You just go.
How many water breaks do you get in a 50-minute class? None, says Pat.
We encourage you to take drinks when you need them, but we don't take time outs for them.
So this is what I'm saying, whether you've had a membership at the Y for a while or not, do you know about all the classes and all the programs that are offered at the Y? For folks at home, Amy, that don't know, next week is a great opportunity to come out and demo classes for the adults and for kids. I'll be at the Y tonight. We've got swimming lessons. This is the big finale. Here we go. All right. Great job. That was awesome. Hey, listen. You can text me the next time, and I'll gladly invite you on the show. And we can maybe I'll show up in work pants that are really exercise pants, and then I can really get.
Those are so large for you now.
Right. I've got a lot of room.
Could have done it.
Yeah.
Shoes maybe weren't the best.
I was going to say. So tell everybody at home, Pat, the benefits. I mean, obviously, this is a workout as much as it is fun, and your group did such a great job. I mean, it is a workout. You feel it when you're done, right?
Right. As you see, we only did 2 songs. We didn't warm up, which we should have, but we just did 2 songs, and I'm perspiring right here. Yeah. It is a total body workout.
Sure.
Because as you notice, we did some squats.
You did, yeah.
And then there's some other songs.
Sure.
Like this next session, we'll be doing jumping jacks
gosh.
So it's total body. And I have a certification in Zumba toning, so I can do songs with hand weights as well. So upper body strength.
So whether you know the answer or not, how long has Zumba been around, or I guess how long have you been leading Zumba classes? When did you get involved with it?
Okay, first of all, 2001 is when it came to the United States.
Gotcha, okay.
I've been teaching for 10 years as of March 29th was my 10th year with Zumba. I've been teaching a lot of other things for over 25 years, but Zumba has been at the Y for 10 years.
And has it surprised you, the longevity that it's had on a local level? I mean, it's certainly a great way for folks to stay active. And you're a big proponent for a healthy diet and that balance, right? And for folks that maybe have tried just, going to the Y and getting on an elliptical or a treadmill and it maybe not seeing the results, this is really something that could kickstart that weight loss or just toning muscles, right?
Definitely, because you don't realize you're exercising.
Right.
You just think you're doing some Latin dancing.
Right.
And as you can see by the people that are here with me, we come in all shapes, sizes, and ages.
Yep.
I have one girl that is in 8th grade, all the way up to someone who, believe it or not, is older than me in the class.
So they're 28. That's what we've got, 8th grade to 28. Have you thought, Pat, this is an idea I just had, and the folks at home would appreciate this. Now, the Zumba, it's great. It's very fast. Have you ever thought about Zumba to slow songs?
We do.
Zumba slow dancing. Don't step on your partner's toes. Side to side.
We do some things like a bachata is slow and I don't know if I should say this on TV, but kind of sexual.
Oh.
Because you're dancing supposedly with a partner.
I'm so glad that the first time that word was said on the show in a year was by you, Pat.
An old lady like me.
28-and-a-half-year-old, yeah.
And I also have certification in Zumba Gold, which is for older people or people that haven't exercised in years, people rehabilitating from injuries. But I've tried it a couple times and nobody seems to like it as much as the more high impact.
Well, I'll tell you what we just watched, and again, the first successful photo bombing of the show. I did not know that was going to happen. I was almost a little aggravated because Cody knows it's National Pet Day, and I said, take the Toyota Muscatine cart cam to the pet aisle, and then he just goes the other direction, and then the music started. So you genuinely got me, which is great. I really like this. This is fantastic. But yeah, I mean, what we just witnessed is an absolute workout, and the fact that folks can come out to the Y next week and demo these classes and more, it's great. And I know that you're such an advocate for the Y. You've got to be so pleased with the facilities, with the completion of the renovation. It's only the best time, whether you've been at the Y, for however many years, or you're coming back to the Y. Stop by next week and check out a class like Zumba. The 20 seconds that I Zumba'd with you was intense.
We don't dress like that, however.
Right. That, and you can, I mean,
It's not allowed at the Y.
Well, I mean, I have a couple shirts like that, but I mean, if I just did Zumba in dress pants and dress shoes, I mean, it's a great workout, and it's so fun to be able to get together. I imagine that you've watched friendships be forged over the course of the years doing Zumba, people that enjoy seeing each other and making connections at the Y. It's great. Thank you for doing this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, ladies. You were fantastic. Great job. I didn't want to show you up, I didn't want to make it a thing where it was me versus you in a battle. So thank you. That's awesome. Thanks, Pat. Amy, bravo. Thank you. This is fantastic. I'm looking at comments on Facebook. Our friend, Chief Carrie Kinmouth with the West Liberty Police Department says West Liberty Police needs to be involved in the next Zumba Day. I didn't even know that it was going to happen, Chief. It just showed up and took place on the show. So it's great. All right, so you're going to come back, obviously, over the next couple of weeks because there's a lot to talk about. Is there anything else that you want to mention while we're here this morning? Coming up at the Y.
So Summer Kids Club, which is that we're taking kids entering kindergarten through entering 6th grade.
Perfect.
We are 90% full.
Woo.
So if you are still needing summer care and you're looking at the Y, don't wait too much longer because we are 90% full. So that's pretty exciting stuff for not even being mid-April yet. So
wow, that is a great sign. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very good. Please, you just saw the contact info, Muscatine Community Y website, social media. Yeah, I'm so happy that this happened. Because what you don't know is that our first guest was a couple minutes late, and then Jimmy kind of came in and pinch hit, and I had my coworker Steve pinch hit, and then this is such a wonderful surprise to have Thank you for making this happen. See Amy and the crew, Muscatine Community-wide Demo Week next Monday, and just see, you'll find something that you like. I mean, just the room that was the cardio room that's now got all the exercise bikes. I mean, there's just so much to see and do. It's right there on the screen. Thank you for showing us that, Ryan. Amy, what a treat.
Thank
this
you.
is awesome.
Thanks, guys, for helping get this together.
Yeah, I'm glad that they knew and I didn't. I really would not have had as genuine of a reaction as I did had I known. So that's awesome. That is a pleasant surprise. Thank you, ladies. Take care. See you next time. All right, Amy Hessel, come back on the show soon, okay? And please keep that on the screen, Betsy. Ryan, zoom out if you would. I want everybody to see what's going on with Demo Week for Session 3 at the Muscatine Community Y. I fully expect next time Brett Olson to be here doing the calypso and the merengue and the cha-cha and the wobble and the Cupid shuffle and the stanky leg, because Brett's got that stanky leg, everybody. All right, check that out. And what a fun, that was awesome. I was really like, Cody, what are you doing? You know where the pet aisle is. We've been down there a lot. And then they pull the fast one on the old Tone Dog. See what happens? I see. That was great. All right, very good. So I guess if you're watching the show and you ever just want to show up in the background, start busting a move, bring it on. Maybe you got a full band. You want to come. You know what? Today is, in addition to being National Pet Day, it is National Barbershop Quartet Day. So if you find yourself a member of a barbershop quartet, now I'm kind of like paranoid looking over my shoulder. Is there a barbershop quartet around the corner? I hope. It's also National Cheese Fondue. Doesn't a cheese fondue sound good right now? That is just essentially cheese that is melted that you're dipping stuff into. Bread, crackers, your finger. Oh, let the cheese fondue, I'll put my finger in there. That's so good. I don't encourage you to dip your finger in cheese fondue unless it's at your own house. It's National Alcohol Screening Day, National Submarine Day, whether that be a real submarine or a submarine sandwich. Or a meatball submarine sandwich. National 8-Track Day and National Barbershop Quartet Day. Ryan Broderson, I know that you know what an 8-track is, but if you would Google 8-track for the folks at home. My first memory of an 8-track was with my dad's Cutlass convertible. I think it was like a 1972, and it had an 8-track player. And he had a whole bunch of 8-tracks in there. And I will say that when I was going through the process of decluttering my house and realizing that I had 8 giant storage containers full of my stuff, there's an 8-track deck and an 8-track, I had in one of my storage containers an autographed 8-track from Alice Cooper. One of the things I had him sign over the years that I kept. So I just need to find an 8-track player. Wes, that's some great 8-tracks right there. Frampton Comes Alive, Boston. Long distance dedication. All right. Chief, I'm assuming it's Chief Kerry Kinmouth on Facebook, West Liberty Police Department, saying, thank you, Tony Tone, for excusing yourself from the Zumba shimmy. Y'all can't handle it. The Hy-Vee can't handle me right now. Whole bunch of shimmying going on, everybody. Chief of Police. That's the Chief of Police right there. That's our buddy. All right, very good. We've got to wrap up this show. Thank you to Jimmy Greenhaw for coming on with Toyota Muscatine. Thanks to Steve Graham for starting the show with me. And thanks to Amy and Pat and the crew with the Muscatine Community Y bringing some Zumba to the show. We've got to get through some things before we wrap, though, Ryan. Tonight we've got a Thursday night dinner ready to go. This is exciting. Kim Beckman, what am I doing with my hands? I don't know. I'm making a bird. Kim Beckman and I just need to put my hands down. Still not used to this. 12 years of radio. Can't do TV. I can't TV well. Please go to the graphic of the comfort food dinner, will you? Bail me out. Holy moly, I'm making a mockery of myself. So each and every Thursday night, thank you. A little sweaty, too, from 2 seconds of Zumba. Got to get back on the diet. All right, scroll down. We'll see the dinner for tonight. Thank you. It's steak, everybody. Let them eat steak, Delmer. We know that steak night is every night at the Cooler's house, but here at Hy-Vee, Thursday night dinner, you can have a choice reserve 8-ounce New York strip or a 12-ounce served with a baked potato and your choice of vegetables. So you can see that that's kind of the plan for the month if you want to look ahead to next Thursday. That's a crazy deal next Thursday. All you care to eat crispy fried chicken legs with baked beans and creamy coleslaw. Each and every week, a new offer for you on Thursdays. We mentioned this at the start of the show, but Friday and Saturday, a great fuel saver here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. With every $50 you spend, you'll get 25 cents off on your Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. Keep in mind, the only place you can buy groceries and the things that you need and then save money at the gas pump is right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. And the friendliest gas station by far is Hy-Vee Gas. I don't know how they know everybody's name. I was out there the other day. I'm talking to Terry and Randy that worked there, and 4 people walked in, and they were like, hey, Ben, hey, Phil, hey, Jeff. They just know I don't know. I see people that I've known forever, and my brain's like, you don't know their name. I have this thing, the Hy-Vee Gas, they know everybody. It makes zero sense. The one guy, Terry's like, hey, Ben, say hi to your mom for me. And I'm just like, how do you do it? How do you know? Everybody, you just try and find a friendlier gas station. You can't. Unbelievable, these people. They're so friendly. Did we put the fuel saver thing on the screen already? Was it there? Okay, there it is again. $50, 25 cents off. Another 50, another 25 cents off. The only person that's more friendly than the Hy-Vee Gas people is Delmer, but you knew that already. All right, in addition to that, we've got Captain John's Seafood Flyer with some great deals going on. You could really parlay this into a huge fuel saver. If you shopped tomorrow on Friday, you spent over $50, you would get 25 cents off. Then you spend $25 on seafood, you'll get an additional 15 cents off, plus the additional savings that are on there. Check it out and get ready to save. Ryan, can you scroll to the bottom? I just want to, for a moment, talk about the mix and match. This is a great deal. It's the Pick 5 meat and seafood special. Purchase any 4 packages and get the 5th one for free. Can't say enough about it. Grilling season is here. Delmer's just cutting onions. You trying to cry over there? What's happening? What are you making? You're making salsa. Okay, he's making salsa. I just saw a giant onion, and I was like, I don't want to cry again, Delmer. I already cried this morning when my wife woke me up at 3 a.m. and said, it's your turn. And I think then I got the baby. There's Delmer, everybody. I feel like we always catch Delmer off guard. It's the best. He's always working, though. Every time we catch him off guard, he's literally doing something. Delmer is making salsa, friends. I would hate to sample that later. So, just going to put that out there. I've even got my Parm crisps ready. Low carb, no sugar. Parm crisps at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. By the way, that salsa that Delmer's making, super good. All right, Wine and Spirits pre-Cinco de Mayo sale. Wow, this thing is rocking and rolling. So many great opportunities to save if you're getting ready for Cinco de Mayo, or you just need some beer, some Crown Royal. Just keep it like there. You don't have to zoom in or zoom in. Whatever you want to do, Ryan, it's fine. It's your show. You zoom if you want to. You don't zoom if you don't want to. It's fine. Wine and Spirits, great deal. I'll tell you what, that Miller Lite deal, that's a good one. They just delivered a whole bunch of Miller Lite this morning. I know that. Captain Morgan, Malibu. Hendrick's Gin. Delmer Coolers would tell you the best gin is Hendrick's Gin. Yep, 750 ml bottle, $29.99. I tried it after Delmer's recommendation. It's very good. He was not wrong for once, so that was good. And get ready to save at Wine and Spirits. All right, Ryan, let's go. Hi. Okay, sorry. He's never wrong. He's always right. Very nice guy. I need to shave, I'm realizing. I almost shaved this morning, and then I was running out of time. You know what's not fun is trying to get a 4-year-old dressed in the morning. Like, again, I feel like if they're trying to teach kids in school, like, listen, we want to talk about, being responsible, teen pregnancy. Just let me bring in my 4-year-old, and I'll just go, you see this kid right here? You want to deal with this? Keep it in your pants. You want to deal with this? Look at this kid. He's like a fraternity brother. He is a fraternity brother. He was yelling. He wouldn't get dressed. He threw a crock at me. And then I take him to daycare, and he wants to give me a hug goodbye. And I'm like, bye, Felicia, Rashad. I'm like, get out of here. He would not. I mean, I know he's my kid. I love him. But he's 4, and he's a fraternity brother. He threw a crock at me. I hate Crocs. He was wearing Crocs. He threw a crock at my head. And I'm like, will you get in the car? And we get to daycare, and he's like, bye, Dad. I'm like, wait. That's Henry, but yes, Ted. Ted was the culprit in this scenario. Hank is okay. He's fine. He's fine. Ted was the one that was being a bear. That's Ted right there. And I don't know if you can see his shoes, but he's probably got the Crocs on in the picture with, yep, look at that. That's what came flying at me. Green Crocs. And then there's Chuck E. Cheese. How much money can I spend at Chuck E. Cheese in a year? Asking for a friend. Jiminy Crickets. All right. I don't know what to say. Breakfast with Gary Dolphin and Salvation Army dinner, and we'll get out of here. Saturday, if you're an Iowa Hawkeye fan, really excited, the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin, he's been calling Iowa Hawkeye football and basketball for a number of years. He'll be at the store. He sent a nice tweet out yesterday promoting this event. 8 to 10 a.m. We will have the breakfast buffet for $7.99. If you want to eat breakfast, if you just want to come out, I don't care. Please join us. It would be great to have you. RSVP, if you could, 563-264-2420. I expect a good crowd. We'll have live coverage on KWPC Radio from 8 to 9. Thanks to Jordan and Alex and Chris for making that happen. Brian Musell will be doing a little bit of Q&A, moderating a conversation. Brian Musell, voice of the Muskies. He's known Gary Dolphin for a while. There's something about those Dubuque boys. They just know each other. And here's what's exciting. So Gary Dolphin and I exchanging emails yesterday, and he's got an event early in the afternoon on Friday, tomorrow in Cedar Rapids. And he said, Tony, I'm going to stop in Iowa City and talk to Kirk. I'm like, oh, you're going to just stop and talk to Kirk Ferentz, head coach of the Hawkeyes. That's pretty cool. Invite Kirk if you want to. So, and thanks again to the Merrill Hotel and Conference Center for putting up Dolph. Appreciate your support on that for sure. All right, Salvation Army fundraiser dinner, and then we've got to get out of here. We are having too much fun this morning, and I've just got the fever, and the cure is only more Zumba. Everybody Zumba. Hey, everybody Zumba. Oh. Salvation Army dinner coming up May 17th, Geneva Golf and Country Club. Get your tickets before they sell out. Got to stand up for a second. It's better. TB Mentalism in the house. Thad Burkamper doing some performing. We'll have Thad back on the show soon. He doesn't know that yet, but we'll make that happen. Now, what's going to happen is TB Mentalism, Thad Burkamper, is going to leverage me having him on this show for me to come on the new podcast that he just started. And I told him I'll do it, and I'll make it happen. Support the Salvation Army, 563-263-8272. Ryan, zoom out. This fundraiser has to be successful so that the kids' camp can happen. Scroll up if you'll have it to the top. Started from the bottom, now we're here, all the way up. All the way up. Perfect. Thank you. Kids Zone Day Camp. I just can't remember the Kids Zone Day Camp part, but now I can because you scrolled up for me, Ryan. Thank you. So don't miss that on the 17th of May, coming up soon. Get your tickets, please. We would appreciate it. Okay, I don't know if I need to take care of any of it. We're good? I took care of all the things I need to. You pay attention to the weather. And I know that a lot of you guys tonight any chance for your weather is wide as lot. Pay attention to the weather. In the West, it could be worse. If you get Minnesota, have you seen any of the pictures? The amount of snow that they're getting is in part pro. So I'm okay with it. And we're having a spring. We want to go from winter to summer. Spring season. So the river starts to... I go down and just didn't look. So we're going to have some here in the Pearl City. Thank you for watching. Thanks to Toyota. They sold my house. Thanks again to Arena with Mustang YMCA. Surprise. That was a lot of fun. Goodbye. That's the, what am I choking on? What's that? Personality? Oh, you're too kind.
Watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.